I'm glad you joined again today. This is Viewpoint, where we discover perspective and embrace dialogue. Do well to follow us on all our social media platforms to get an update every time we post a video. My name is Pelumi Awe, and I'm your host. Quite fascinating are the happenings in various political parties in the southeastern part of Nigeria, and today we will be delving into these matters when we get back. And now the headlines. I have had conversations with Atiku, Kwankwaso, Obi, others over Veegil party. Political economist Professor Pat Utomi has revealed a plan by some opposition leaders to come together and form a new political party that will challenge and possibly displace the ruling All Progressive Congress. The Labour Party chieftain, who was a guest on a television show on Wednesday, also disclosed that he had discussions with some of the presidential candidates in the last election, including Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, Kwankwaso, over the possibility of bringing all the opposition together for this new mega party. Otomi, who said the new party will be a clean start, lamented that there has not been a real political party in the country since 1999. In the words of Otomi, he said, "We want to calm down now, design a new real political party with clear ideas of how you will become part of it, what you will do in it, and therefore you accept to do it or not to do before you can come into the party." The APC, which displaced PDP from power in 2015 after 16 years since the nation returned to democracy, has remained at the center and with more elected office holders than any other political party since then. The next headline, collaborative efforts among critical stakeholders will end seat at home in Southeast. The Chief of Armed Staff, Lieutenant General Torid Lagbaja, has underscored the significance of collaborative efforts among critical stakeholders in Southeast Nigeria in ending the illegitimate seat-at-home order. He made the call on Wednesday while on an operational visit to 14th Brigade Nigerian Army, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan Barracks in Ofia, Abia State. According to a statement by the Nigerian Army spokesperson, Major General Oyema Uwanchoko, the Chief of Armed Staff further reiterated that the involvement of all stakeholders in the region will restore the region to normalcy, where socio-economic activities it is known for will blossom. He thanked the Abia State government for the tremendous support the Nigerian Army has been receiving in the state. He reassured that under his watch, the Nigerian Army will continue to support the state government and the good people of Abia State to curb insecurity. In his response, the governor of Abia State, Alex Oti, expressed appreciation for the effort of Nigerian Army troops in conjunction with sister services and other security agencies in addressing threats to security in the state. This, he noted, has translated positively in the reduction of insurgency in the state and entire southeastern region. Governor Oti was particularly pleased with the introduction of Operation Crush in the state, adding that all identified flashpoints have been relatively calm. Lieutenant General Lagbaja visited the headquarters 14th Brigade Ohafia, where he challenged the troops to ensure that peace returns to the troubled parts of the region. This, he said, is a task that must be done to restore public confidence for citizens to go about their normal businesses without fear of intimidation. He pledged that the infrastructural development currently sweeping through the Nigerian Army formations will surely impact on the GEJ barracks as well. The Army chief further urged the troops to remain resolute in the conduct of their operational tasks and loyal to the President, Commander-in-Chief, and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He added that troops must adhere to exact rules of engagement, respect the fundamental human rights of the citizenry, and above all, conduct themselves professionally in line with global best practices. The Chief of Army Staff hinted that the federal government has supported the Nigerian Army tremendously and reassured troops that their welfare will be given the desired attention under his watch. Next headline, I am not fighting Obaseki. Edo State Deputy Governor and People's Democratic Party PDP governorship aspirant in the upcoming 2024 governorship election, Philip Shaibu, said he is not fighting his principal, Governor Godwin Obaseki. Shaibu stated this in an interview with Arise Television on Wednesday. He claimed that Obaseki has declared a full-scale war on him over his ambition. According to the Deputy Governor, Governor Obaseki wants to play the role of a political godfather in the state, a situation they both fought and agreed should never happen again. Shaibu emphasized that their shared focus remains serving the people and dismantling the influence of godfatherism in Edo politics. It is close that he staked his long-term relationship with Obaseki's predecessor and now Senator representing Edo North, Comrade Adams Oshiomhole, to fight oppression and back his principal's aspiration. The Edo Deputy Governor, however, lamented that despite standing with Obaseki against someone whom he considered a father, it was surprising that the governor was pitching tent with another governorship aspirant to become the next governor. Shaibu has been having a running battle with Obaseki over his ambition to succeed him at the Dennis Osadebe Avenue, the seat of power in Edo State. We'll go for a short break. When we are back, we will dive into the fascinating issues in the southeastern parties in Nigeria. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's still Viewpoint, and thank you for staying till now. The expected bickering, realignment, and defections, which are aimed at boosting political interest, may further decapitate the political parties or impact them, going by the current undertones building up daily in the southeastern part of Nigeria. The 5 states that make up the region are currently entrapped by 4 political parties, including the All Progressive Congress, People Democratic Party, All Progressive Grand Alliance, and the Labour Party. Currently, APC leads in the zone with 2 states of Ebonyi and Imo, while the trio of PDP, ABGA, and LP hold sway in Enugu, Anambra, and Abia states respectively. The expected bickering, alignment, and defections, which are aimed at boosting political interest, may further decapitate the political parties and impact them, going by the current undertone building up daily in the region. Investigations by news sources showed upbeats in various political parties, while APC is perfecting strategies to consolidate its lead, as well as deepen its acceptability in the region. Other political parties seem uncertain of the direction to take to retain their hold in their state. This is even as they have been weakened by the day by court pronouncements and presidential appointments that favor mainly APC members. APC, since inception, made the greatest impression in the region, with the 2023 elections winning 2 states, an appreciable number of seats at the national and state assemblies. At a stakeholders meeting on the 25th of November 2023, which was their first after the 2023 general elections, APC in Enugu State announced its excitement at the dislodge of expressions of interest in the party. State Chairman of Party Ugochukwu Agbala, Deputy Governorship Candidate George Ogara, Deputy Chairman Austin Alumona, and Acting State Secretary Walter Madu, who signed the communique of the meeting, said many members of other political parties have shown interest in APC and called in the leaderships in the ward and local governments to be ready to receive new members. Although the statement did not have names of the new converts, many are pointing in the direction of some gladiators in PDP who have either become uncomfortable with the party or itching for brighter political prospects. Some of these gladiators have either occupied elective offices in the past and currently serving public offices. It was further gathered that some of them are becoming worried about Governor Peter Mba, a style of administration that has allegedly paid little or no attention to PDP and its members. The development is being seen as alien in the party, as welfare of its members had received priority after elections previously. Mba has not toed this line, and this is brewing silent discontentment in the party. A lawyer and former national auditor of the PDP, Ray Nnaji, confirmed this when he complained about the governor's relationship with the party and criticized the appointments he made that allegedly did not take cognizance of those who worked for the success of the party in the elections. Although it is still early in the day to deconstruct the governor's relationship with his PDP, as his body language so far suggests a man minded by governance over state politics, party politics. However, his frequent visits to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has continued to raise suspicion among members of the party of his possible defection. While the governor had said after each visit to the presidency that it was to keep him updated with developments in the state and solicit federal government's assistance on his manifesto to revamp the state's economy, some members of the party felt otherwise and bandied stories of a possible defection move. These members have hinged their belief on the fact that the governor had in the last 7 months visited the president more than governors produced by the APC, and queried the benefit of such visits to the state, as well as members of the PDP in the state. Observers of political events in the state are also divided on whether the national and state assemblies members produced by Labour Party could survive the year in the party with the Supreme Court judgment that upheld the election of PDP's Mba against the party's gubernatorial candidate Chijoko Edioga. The elected officials and followers of the party in the state had looked up to Edioga as a rallying point and had hoped that winning the Supreme Court would help deepen the acceptability of the party in the state. In Imo State, the outcomes of the national and state assemblies elections, as well as the November 23 governorship election won by APC's Hope Uzodinma, is putting a new thinking in the members of other opposition political parties to join the winning party or wait for another 4 years. Well, according to news sources, activities have reduced drastically in the camps of the opposition political parties since these exercises were concluded. In the PDP, the crisis that led 7 members of the state working committee to resign from their positions and dump the party for APC in June last year has not abated. Although the members that authored the move have joined APC and rewarded with appointments, the import of development still festered in November 2023 governorship election of the state, which the party lost. In December last year, the party members took crisis further by announcing the suspension of its chairman, Chief Charles Ugu, who alleged insubordination, a development that was frowned at by the national leadership of the party, which also restored him, Ugu, to office. Sources stated that those who supported Ugu's removal from office are insisting that he either gives way or they would drown the party and quit in their numbers. In Anambra State, the governorship election of next year is reawakening fresh thought and would certainly bring gladiators together, especially those with an eye to replace current governor Professor Charles Soludo or have him continue in office. The immediate past Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngigi, at the weekend indicated that the APC would do all in its ability to win the state next year as part of the moves to take over the southeastern region. On the other hand, the Labour Party, which parades the 2023 presidential election candidate, Peter Obi, and majority of the elected members in National Assembly from the state would be very much interested on how to consolidate their dominance in the state and would seek valid alignments to achieve this. Last week, the member representing Akwa North and South Federal Constituency, Professor Lillian Orogu, began moves to retain a seat, which she said would be deployed to the victories of the Labour Party in the 2025 governorship election of the state. For Ebonyi State, the gladiators are already gathering and showing sympathy to the APC since the conclusion of the elections, in which the party retained the governorship and majority of the seats at the NAS and State Assembly. This has been further fueled by the rulings of the court that have not altered any of the elections won by the APC in the state, as well as the stability the party has achieved since Francis won the governorship seat of the state. He's also said to have related closely with other opposition political parties, thereby closing gaps that could have heightened defections in the state. Preparatory to the Ebonyi South senatorial by-election billed for February 3rd, 2024, he had guided the party members towards zoning the position to Onitsha Local Government Council in the belief that it remains the only area in the South that has not occupied office of note in the current dispensation. This was upheld and in fact made Austin Umahi, ex-governor Dave Umahi, Minister of Works, younger brother, who had earlier indicated interest in the office, to quit his desire. Umahi hails from Ozara Council, which currently parades as Minister SSA to the President and INEC Rec. The senatorial rerun primary had also seen a professor of agricultural extension, Professor Anthony Ani, unanimously picking the ticket, and his opponent failed to return her forms. Except some gladiators still struggling from the fringes, many appear to have accepted the new order that threw up the Labour Party in Abia State and are jostling for possible comeback on the platform of the party in the next electoral processes. Beyond the intrigues and suspicions playing out in the state, however, lies a raging crisis that might cripple the PDP further in the region if not well handled. It is the issue of rightful occupant of the office of the National Secretary of the party between the former governorship candidate of the party in the Imo State, Samuel Anyagu, and the former national youth leader of the party, Sunday Udeokoye. Thank you for joining me on the show today. Do well to comment if you have to. My name remains Oluwa Pelome, and see you on the next episode.